Hey, YouTube. I messed up. I was trying to load a photo here, but we have a surprise photo here taken by one of the moles. Jay Wilson seemed to think there were no moles on the boat, but there indeed was. And we have pictures, exclusives, right? But I'll add it after the video. How y'all doing today? Oh, excuse my low energy in my stomach. I don't know. What do you do when you drink too much coffee? Is there a way, something for that, a remedy for that? Uh-huh. So we're going to discuss who's the big loser here, right? Now, Wilson thinks that he is a winner. This was a major success, he says. There's money on the floor for everyone, he says, because for Jay Wilson, it was always just about getting money from people, right? He brags that, look what you did for, look what I did for my people. Look what I did for my people. What you gonna do for your people? You fleeced your people for every dime you could get out of them, right? So I want you guys to try to track with me and people how this actually happened. Hi, April Aries, first one here. Praise you, Laurie. Erica, Dog Liquor Cam. Hi, God Before Everything. Prima Wanda. Hi, everybody. We're not gonna belabor this bullshit much longer because we know it feeds into him what he wants, but he wants you to come over there and see his channel. But in my opinion, the commentary about your cruise is much more entertaining than your actual cruise or people on it, Jay Wilson, particularly you. You are a boring mess on the boat, just like you're a boring mess outside of the boat, right? But I thought I was just listening to the lady, Ronnie Q, and she picked up on many of the same things I picked up on. We know that everything about you has a monetary motive. When you got off this boat just now, you were saying, "Oh, they should do it. They should do it for their people. There's money on the floor for everybody. There's money on the floor. What does this money on the floor got to do with you doing something for your people, as you call them, right?" Jay Wilson, the whole time you were saying, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have for 9 consecutive months. You're going to have a good time, right? And also you would make a point to say that you were not going to film on that boat the entire time for 9 months. You felt it necessary to tell people that I'll just take a couple of pictures. I might take a couple of pictures, right? You knew then, Jay Wilson, because you've been on a boat before and you know how obsessive, compulsive you are, right? But you wait to the last minute. And now a lot of people are going to say, oh, he wanted that $60. He wanted that $60. He made them pay for it. He forced them to pay for it, right? He told them, damn near cussed the people out for them to pay for him to get on the boat and have Wi-Fi, right? That was never it. It was never about $60, people. Come on. It was always about he knew he was going to film on that boat. He needed the backup to say, I had to film. Only reason I filmed because they paid for it. They paid for it. If they didn't pay for it, I wasn't gonna film at all. You told us that about 80, 90 times. You weren't gonna film at all, Jay Wilson, right? But yet you found a way. You think you're clever. You think you got a degree makes you smart, right? But you're not smart. I saw through that shit immediately, girl. You figured out a way that you would indeed be filming on that boat. And what we got was you filmed on that boat the entire time you were on it. You even commandeered a library for your filming escapades, right? I'm just conveniently right in front of the security. Anything happened in that library, they were going to be the first to arrive, right? Because you be screaming. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you're a bitch, but I am. You be screaming, right? You felt safe in front of that library. But the point is, you always intended to film the entire time you were there, right? Because money is always your motive. Since you've been on here, you've been talking about the push at the end of the month. Well, guess what? It is the end of the month. Yesterday, when you were on the boat, that was the end of the month, nigga, right? And you didn't, just like when you were at home, you made video after video after video after video. You average 3 to 4 to 5 every single day. Every step you took, every move you made, we was watching you, right? And then you said that you were going to go and do this for your friends, do this for your subscribers. It appeared, Jay Wilson, that you had little to no interest in what your subscribers did. You tell them, go ahead, go around. We don't want you up on us, up under you. Nigga, I thought we were going on the trip with you, right? Oh, people don't like that. People don't like, what do you mean they don't like it? Wasn't Sean Bradley, weren't they always together doing the things? Wasn't Tracy and MU and the people, the ladies that came with them? Weren't they always together doing things? No, it was you, Jay Wilson. It was you. You didn't even get off the boat with the people. You ran out before the people got there, claiming that you went on some kind of excursion, girl. It couldn't have been more than an hour because you were right back online, right? You taken a carriage ride with somebody to go see some churches. I thought you said you already been there, right? You had no interest in being in the Bahamas with these people. You had no interest in sharing air or oxygen with these people. And we don't even know still to this day where the 40 people are. I would think if I were sponsoring an event and new people were all there under the guise of seeing me, then I would have gathered those people at some point, right? You know, you just want to show up. Oh, I showed up. I showed up. Jay Wilson, I'm declaring that you are the biggest loser. Now, you're not going to see it that way because since you only care about money, and it was always just a ploy to get people's money, you consider that a win. I don't. You've lost all your bragging rights because we know you want to talk about this goddamn thing for the next 5 years. But every time the subject of that boat comes up, people are going to read you, Jay Wilson. You've given them so much content, so much. I mean, I got my 4 or 5 videos, girl. That's all I mean, I got what I needed out of it, right? But every time it comes up, they're going to talk about you, Jay Wilson, about how you fleeced those people out of their money. They're going to bring up how you constantly beg for donations and sponsorships starting 9 months before the event, right? And you didn't use not one nickel of that money on this trip for nothing, right? It was always a mystery as to why does he need sponsorship when each individual is paying their own way, paying their own hotel, paying their own Uber. They're paying for everything. Nobody's coming. We saw what our actual sponsorship was because Tracy brought 2 women with her, and I saw them in the background. These women, they got sponsored there or had some kind of contest or whatever it was where they got on there to go for free, right? Where were your examples, Jay Wilson, of these people who were supposed to be sponsored? There were none. There never were any, Jay Wilson, right? So we still want to figure out, why did you need these people to be giving you money for 9 months, right? Then we see this guy, Wolverine, who not only paid for the drinks there in Florida, but he actually paid for, because if you keep saying that you don't say none of your business, right? But you cannot resist bragging. And when you brag about stuff, you are telling your business. You were standing in Walmart. Wolverine paid for these damn gift cards you keep talking about, as if a gift card is something. So I had it right here. Girl, I have collected gift cards, and I keep saying, well, when I go in that store, I'll buy something with it, whatever. Generally speaking, they're $10, $15, $20, right? He makes this big thing. Wolverine paid for him. So we get back to the monies you collected. What was that for, Jay Wilson? And had you considered refunds to these people since you didn't use the money on the trip? You tried to pretend that you had to pay for spaces on the boat, rooms, to rent rooms for the people. And then we find out that the rooms are free. They went along with the trip. You can just gather in a room. You even commandeered the damn library for free, right? Everything was for free, Jay Wilson. So what did you do with these people's money? I know Wolverine probably donated, because he even donated to me before you turned him against me. But the point is, I know he was donating And we know people like Damian Jory. That's the one that you ripped off for this damn San Antonio weenie roast. Those kind of people have been giving you money because you're constantly begging for it, right? And you got so aggressive about your begging at the end because you needed the excuse as to why you were essentially filming all day on the boat. You hardly even had interaction with those people, Jay Wilson. When you showed up for an event, you made an appearance, and then you wiggled your way out of the event, went back to the library or your room, and you started recording again. And what were your recordings? Were they fascinating? Were they interesting? Were they anything other than you telling us that you're having a good time? We're having a good time. I think, Jay Wilson, you need some psychiatry, honey, because the average person will realize, what, I do repeat an awful lot because I've just changed one word. I've been talking about we're gonna have a good time all for 9 months, and then I turned that and simply turned into we having a good time, and then it has to be said hundreds of times. If I knew how to work these bots on these computers, I would try to count how many times you have said that you're having a good time, both on the boat, before the boat. Why do you think that's interesting commentary, Jay Wilson? Okay, we got to move on because I can get stuck on you and this money thing. You know how I feel about it. What was the other thing? Oh, you're going to fake then that you're upset with this lady, Cruiser, right? Now, I haven't spoken about it yet. I was on Ronnie Q's video last night at the very end of it. This whole fake shit you got about you're disappointed in Cruiser. How in the fuck are you going to be disappointed somebody not telling you something about somebody else's business? If Bradley and them have paid somewhere in the range of $10,000 to $12,000 to go on this little boat ride, girl, it was never her position to come and tell your punk ass. Why does she got to tell you? You said ain't no friends on YouTube, right? What does she owe you? Then I find out you only had one conversation with the woman, and the woman was promoting your boat ride the whole damn time. Why was she reporting your boat ride the whole damn time? Because she promotes everybody's boat rides. That's what she does. That's part of her stick. I don't know if she gets paid for it. I don't know if she just the Cruiser lady. She changed her name to Cruiser, or somebody changed it to Cruiser Girl. She has an interest in cruises. She has information, and she did help you to steer you because you stole the idea from Dovey. Because Dovey, don't go on that boat. Don't go on that boat. Dovey gonna steal your money. Or how you gonna pay for the Airbnb, Dovey? Ain't nobody gonna come, Dovey. You gonna be there by yourself, though. All this bullshit about this goddamn boat ride, right? Same way you did that woman Gina Queen of Talk, right? You made fun of her for having Cash App Palooza, correct? Tracy came on and made a joke about Cash App Palooza one time. And then guess who takes over Cash App Palooza until they run his punk ass off? Until Cash App had to tell you, no. You will not ruin our company, our reputation, because you have turned now our service into a goddamn ripoff. Recognized ripoff by the United States government and YouTube. Correct? And eventually these people figured it out. And they stopped giving you their money, honey. Jay Wilson, you are a slave to the rhythm, honey. You're a slave to money. Why don't you get your ass a job? Not a temp assignment, girl. Not driving people around in an Uber car and go pick up their hamburgers. Why won't you get your motherfucking ass a job, girl? It don't make no damn sense. When Bradley and them wanted to get on the boat, girl, it was just a decision made. Y'all want to go? Okay, let's go. It wasn't no goddamn fundraiser, girl, for 9 months. And we're just saying 9 months because that was the focus of this particular thing after you stole the idea from Dovey. But you've been begging since you've been on here, girl. Right? And now we see what a shallow piece of shit you are as exhibited on this trip. You didn't even have the decency to come on the boat and enjoy the festivities on this island. You said you had been there before. Therefore, I ain't got to see that. Really? What about the 40 people who you drugged there? Since you've already been there, shouldn't you be showing them around, girl? Shouldn't you be a part of the party, Jay Wilson? No. Oh, I already went. I went this morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I went and saw a church. I went and saw the church. So then you came back to the boat, walking around on an empty ship and making videos. Those people, they don't know you no more better than before they met your punk ass, right? Right? You spent no time with them, girl. Then everybody's identity has got to be protected. Jay Wilson, you said that when you got to the Bahamas, you were going to visit your family. You were going to visit your family, right? That was the cover. You told those people that when you got to the Bahamas, you had business to take care of, so they wouldn't see you necessarily, right? It was a lie. Because you didn't have no damn family. Not anybody that knew your ass, right? You used that, girl, for an excuse as to how you could ditch these people, correct? And we didn't know just come back on YouTube on the boat and make YouTube videos, right? It's because you're so absorbed with money. Oh, I can get a video. People, I still haven't figured out how to do it. Or I can show you guys how much these videos actually make. Now we know he's just like Donald Trump. Donald Trump says his apartment was what did he say? He said it was 100. No, he said it was 50,000 square feet or some shit like that, and it wasn't number 3,000 square feet. This is where Jay Wilson lies. He likes to lie big, right? Anyway, what was I just talking about? You said you had the family there. You're going to visit him, right? Apparently, there's no family there. Nobody close to you. Probably people that you don't even know. You never intended to go out with those people. And then you have the nerve to come on here the day before yesterday and say that, oh, I didn't want to take around my family because people dox. I don't want to get my family doxed. I don't want to get my family. This thing. The only way your family will be doxed is if you were filming for YouTube amongst your family, right? We have no knowledge of who your family is. If it was 3 or 4 generations old, people came over on the boat or whatever the fuck they did. Girl, we don't know nothing about them people. The only way we would be able to dox anybody on here, I don't dox personally, but we'll grant people do. I guess they can take your picture. I don't know if they got advanced equipment that they can take a picture of your family, girl, and find them through the FBI or whatever the fuck this bullshit you're talking, girl. But the point is, nobody was going to dox your family by you getting in an Uber cab or a taxi cab or a camel or a mule and going and visit him, girl. You're the only one with the camera, only one with the information. That was bullshit. You're constantly being caught with lies, Jay Wilson. And I believe that you're probably so delusional and delusional that you don't even recognize what a liar you are. I knew a man like that before. He used to just tell extravagant lies. One time he told the apartment building where we lived, what's that green thing going off? Go off, green thing. Show your support to Timothy Blaine. That's right. Okay. Where was I at? I knew a guy like that. He tells these extravagant lies, and you would wonder, why is he telling these lies? One time we were in an apartment building, and they had to have a gate to go into the apartment building, right? He went and told the apartment manager that he had just brought him a new Cadillac Eldorado, and he had to have the gate fixed so because his Cadillac Eldorado wouldn't fit in the spaces or some bullshit like that, child. Never had any car coming, girl. There was never no Cadillac. There was never and he would just make up stories, girl. These love affairs that never existed, and you would wonder, why is he lying? Right? Nobody's going to give you any more money, Jay Wilson. You've already milked them for everything you can get from them. They ain't got nothing else to give you, girl. Hi, Prima Wanda. Baking soda and water or ginger ale will make your stomach feel okay. As soon as I get out of here, Prima Wanda, I'm going to go give me some ginger ale. Ginger ale so that I can taste a little better than the other stuff. Calms the nerves in the stomach. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I can't drink a lot of coffee. And if I have an energy drink at any point during the day, and then if I have a cup of coffee, it seems like it just takes me over. Anyway, I almost forgot I had it. Cause I was talking about this Jay Wilson. So Jay Wilson, even though you think you got over, right? Even think you have you're the biggest winner and all this shit, and you got all the money for yourself, and you didn't pay for nothing, just like in Vegas, girl, just like with the roof, it's like in everything that you do, you didn't pay nothing, and you was very lucrative, you said, and plus you made all of those videos, girl. Well, for the average person, the video is not any big deal. Like I told you, some of this right here will probably bring me $6 to $16, girl, right? But she, in her mind, it's got to be, I'm making all the coin. I'm just here for the coin. I'm just here for the money. This thing, you couldn't even put down the YouTube long enough to enjoy a trip. I don't think you're capable of enjoying the trip, Jay Wilson. I think you're socially awkward, right? You don't know what the hell to say to people or how to treat people. You act like you are holding court in that goddamn library, honey. You said, oh, well, they say I'm scared. They say I'm scared. Oh, they know where I'm at. They know where I'm at. Nigga, who are you, girl? Are you taking autographs, Miss Thing? Are you Chris Rock or somebody or Chris Brown? You holding court in the goddamn, they got to come to the library in front of the security station, girl, with the big glass in front of the library. And then they can come under, they want to see you. Nice and public. Now, a lot of people will say, well, Timothy, I wouldn't be scared. What he's scared of? Sean Bradley ain't giving up his career just to beat his ass and all that kind of shit, right? That's not how Jay Wilson's mind works, girl. This is a man who hired armed security to eat his Thanksgiving dinner. This is the degree to which he is scary. He's scary because of what comes out of his mouth, right? Jay Wilson probably took a lot of ass whoopings in school. How to get this thing go down? Wait a minute. Hold on. Close this. A lot of ass whoopings. He said he had older brothers. They might have saved him so many times that he didn't learn the lessons that he was supposed to learn early on about respect, right? So now he gonna come back and he gonna turn y'all against Miss Cruiser, like she has done something. She has not violated you anyway. In my personal opinion, the way I think, if she had told you that Sean Bradley was gonna be on that boat, after all they had went through to make it a surprise, I think she would have been more in error there, because it's not her business to tell, right? It's not her business to tell. If Sean Bradley was coming there to murder you, that would be me. If Sean Bradley was there, then of course I'll give him a warning. I'll give him an anonymous warning. You know, beware. No, he was never going to do that, girl. He was just going to show you up just by appearing there. And that's what we experienced. But of course, you sat on that damn bus. Oh, I don't care. I see we have guests. I see we have this thing. You don't own no $500 million boat, girl. You mean you have guests? Anybody can be on that boat, girl. If there are more people who lived in that area, they can go on the boat if they want to. It's not your boat, nigga. Right? It was just the element of surprise, which made good theater for YouTube. So what does the Cruiser owe you? Now you have an enemy or something way to focus and deflect from the energy you're about to receive, girl. If people are not already burnt out on talking about your punk ass, right? But you believe this is rain. Oh, they talking about me. Oh, I don't know why they talking about me. Well, what about all of the 9 months of promotion, girl? What do you mean you don't know why? Anyway, I say Jay Wilson is the biggest loser in reputation, right? He thought he was going to commandeer that boat. Everybody going to be grabbing around. Oh, they just want to meet me. They just want to meet me. Well, can't we see them? I mean, if they're there to meet you, Jay Wilson, right? And you're grand and you have the big chair in the big library. Oh, come and see me. Oh, I'm going to let a couple in. All that old bullshit, girl. If that were the case, Jay Wilson, then why can't we see the crowd? You said, oh, they're going to be docs. Well, why didn't you film it from behind? We can just see them gathering around you. We never even saw you talking to more than 3 people, right? You think you're clever, Jay Wilson, but you're one of the dumbest motherfuckers on this goddamn site, girl. You really are, Jay Wilson. You're dumb, Miss Thing. You're so obvious. You're so obvious. You're a horrible con man. What y'all think? Hi, TLC. Oh, look at all these people, the lovely darlings. How y'all doing today? I am Miss Red. How you doing? I am Miss Red. Uh-huh. You got to visit the porcelain throne. Well, we got to get the push, though. Only way for me to get the push, Fraser Laurie, is to drink more coffee, which is what made me sick in the first place, girl. I think I've heard that thing about the ginger ale before, so we're gonna try that. I live next door to Safeway, so it's not a big deal. I can run over and get something. The throne. Oh, I know what you're talking about. She fleeced the flock every dime. He still ain't giving them no. He won't even take the time to explain to them. Here's what you were sponsoring. Jay Wilson, you already got the cabin for free. You got the ride for free, right? They say something like every time you book 8 or 9 cabins, you get actual cash or cash credit. So according to you, you did that 4 times. You did that 5 to 6 times, 5 or 6 times, whatever they give you for booking 8 people, right? No, we don't know what the numbers are, whatever, but we can assume that you got yourself quite a bit of money if you did, in fact, book that many people, whether they came from Cruiser, just advertising and promoting you, because the people who watch Cruiser are people who have an interest in cruising, right? So she may very well have brought people to, excuse me, I mean, this alarm thing will not go off by itself. That's my dog. Please stop looking at my ass. This alarm thing is for my doggy. Hold on, baby. Oh, let me see. Come in. Come in over here. In the ding. Come in over here in the ding dong. I'm gonna show you people. Me and my baby, we got twin haircuts. Mm-hmm. There you go. Look at my baby. They look like a little mouse. Look at my baby. He got his hair cut and I got mine. He got his yesterday. I got mine. Mm-hmm. And we look together like twins. Come on, Daddy. Put me down. Put me down, Daddy. Where we at? Oh, yeah, we talking about Jay Wilson. Stupid idiot. He thinks he's playing. He think he's playing the doll. He think he's playing us all the time. The doll is working him, honey. Thanks for the content, Jay Wilson, you fucking idiot. So I haven't heard a lot of people talking shit about Bradley or his group in the last 3 days. I haven't heard a lot of negativity about them unless they're, enemies. I haven't heard anybody talking shit about Tracy and MU. So theirs came off. That was successful. The only person I hear getting red day after day is Jay Wilson. So that's why I say you're the biggest loser, Jay Wilson. You have exposed. See, I have accused you of being a money hungry pig. Stop. I know. I've accused you of being a money hungry pig over and over, because I see what you are. I see a fool living beyond his means, too lazy or too stupid to actually get a career going, even though he's damn near 60 years old, right? I see what you are, nickel and dime hustler. When you saw Dovey do that boat, you saw her actually own a boat. Well, maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do this, Vivian. And then you assign Vivian to do all of the research and all the work to see if this thing can actually happen, right? And you start calculating how much could be made from this. And you came on here and told us that now you are a travel agent, right? You said you had been taking classes online. Some of y'all figured it out. The beginning and end of that career is come and gone, Jay Wilson, right? Now you have to come up with another scam, right? Because you're always just floating, just barely making it, honey. Barely making it. All trying to stay in a stupid ass house that you don't need, this thing. Mm-hmm. But I don't think the house is the primary thing. That's just who you are. You know where it came from. It came from your background, Jay Wilson. How in the hell does a grown ass black man not know that that is a religious hat worn by Amish people? Some shit you picked up in the goddamn swap meet some motherfucking where. All the style, what did they say about black people? We have always been ahead stylishly, right? The men can be some real dapper Dans, you might say. All the hats I've seen on black men's head, I have never, not one time have I ever seen an Amish hat on a non-Amish person. The only thing even close is they have the big Jewish hat, right? But it takes a real idiot to sit at the table and think that was fashionable. It's not fashionable. I'm sure the Jewish people and the Amish people look at you like, who the fuck is that? Is that our cousin? Right? And then to sit down at a table with this gray, big old stupid hat on, girl. How could you not know that? Oh, my mom and dad taught us certain values. They didn't even tell you to take a hat off. Brings into question about this mom and dad and this wonderful upbringing in a tin can with 9 kids. I think you're damaged. You're damaged goods, girl. You got a horrible personality. You don't even know how to have fun. Why you keep talking about, I don't drink. Well, nigga, if you're not an alcoholic, why wouldn't you drink? You can't have a drink with your friends, right? And there was a slip up. When you say, oh, we can't drink right now, we got to get on international waters, right? But to drink water or orange juice? What do you mean? You can't drink right now. So does that mean you plan on drinking when you get to international waters? It didn't seem like Bradley and them are having any problem drinking. As a matter of fact, it seemed like they were really pouring it on that goddamn boat, girl. Right? Lie after lie after lie after lie. I keep telling you, boy. Was it Shakespeare? Oh, what a tangled web you weave when first you practice to deceive. You're a Decepticon, Miss Thing. Mm-hmm. How you doing, TLC and 3? You been waiting for me? Lord have mercy. Well, this is nothing new because I've been talking about the bitch every day for the last 4 or 5 years, girl. Mm-hmm. She's content rich because she's such a fool, such an idiot. Like when we go to the circus, we go to see the clown. We want to see them fall down. We want to see the clowns fall off the donkeys and all that kind of stuff, right? We want to sit up there and throw things at the clown on the water thing, and you throw stuff at try to get that ball, and then watch the clown fall down in the goddamn water, right? This is what he is, and he thinks he's so clever. I really get. Then he says dumb things like, "Oh, this is gonna be extremely lucrative. It's gonna be extremely lucrative." You can't get your mind off the goddamn YouTube videos, girl, long enough to even have a vacation. It is pitiful. You are a pitiful person. Oh, is it the Burt 12s? Ooh, Peter Pablo, you got a good memory. I gotta let it slip out now. I can't. I neglected to get the picture in before I made this video. He didn't wear the Burt 12 or Burt 13s on the boat, right? Because I guess he was afraid that someone would take the advice and push his ass over in the water, right? So he got these other shoes that are supposed to be sandals, girl. I gotta save it. But we have a photograph because the moles were moling, honey. And we actually have photographs of those feet, right? And I want you guys to see if Timothy Blaine is way off about them damn feet, right? You're going to recognize he got the same problem with these sandals as he had with them motherfucking Birks, girl. A whole lot in front and a whole lot sitting over on the pavement. Y'all see, I'm going to show it to you. Mm-hmm. Burt 12s. How the fuck you gonna get your black ass on the boat? You ain't even put on the Burks. Burt 13s. Stupid ass. He bought new sandals and can't even put them on, girl. With them fucked up ankles. Mm. And why does he keep wearing that same ugly ass shirt, girl? That plaid shit, Farmer John. Blue despair and agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Blue despair and agony on me. No class. He got this Farmer John shirt on that is best suited to have overalls. I can just see us overalls on it, right? This is how he introduces himself in Florida, and this is how he wears it again on the boat. Remember, this is only a 3-day ride. Again on the boat, and then as he's exiting the boat, I guess he thinks he's really eating it up with this little farmer thing. Girl, you look stupid. You should have put that dumbass hat on with it, girl. Mm-hmm. But that Ronnie Q, she really had me going last night. So much, I had to get out of my bed. I said, "Oh, let me go get a piece of this, honey." Hi, Charlene. You were waiting for my commentary? Mm-hmm. Charlene Womack. Remember Bobby Womack? All right. I'm going to take this doggone out of here for pee-pee poo-poo. Even Queen Vivian eating from the cruise. Did y'all see Queen Vivian Jenkins? If a man findeth a slave, I guess he figures he findeth a good thing. She is just so enamored with this fool. I just don't get it, honey. But I know I've seen enough pimp movies to know this is how they work. They find a weakness, honey. And they will convince their, I shouldn't use the word slave because it is a serious word, servant. A pimp will find a prostitute, someone they can turn out, right? They recognize a weakness in them, and they will convince the person that they actually want to give their money, right? Vivian's convinced that she actually wants to do all this shit for Jay Wilson, only to be ridiculed, right? This is probably the most attention she's ever had. But we're not going to focus on Miss Vivian because she's just being victimized, and she's too crazy to know it. Mm-hmm. Did she show the video of any excursion? There was no excursion. He didn't even go to Bahamas, child. He let them all pile off, go to Bahamas. He had not on the boat, an empty ass boat, right? He gets up 5 o'clock in the morning and walk around an empty ass ship, honey. So then when the people come out, they come out at a regular time to have their breakfast, child. Oh, I got to take a nap. You know, I'm a certain age. I got to take a nap. Girls, is that all you do is take naps and make videos, Jay Wilson? Isn't this what you were intending to do from the first place? It was never about the $60, right? You wanted to beg them to pay for the $60 so you could justify recording the entire time you were on there. They paid for it. You said it, must have said it 68, 60, 70 times. They paid for it. How can I not record? How can I not record? You got to record all day, nigga. Damn, don't you want to go out and join the party? I'm going down to the disco. Really? Girl, people they stopped going down to the disco in 1980. Want somebody to go down there and hear that horrible ass voice. I'm gonna go to the karaoke. He want to go to karaoke. I missed 2 karaoke. I was asleep. Girl, you only on there 3 days. Can't you wake up for 3 days, girl? Drink some coffee. Shit. So I didn't see I imagine some people are going to leak the videos of him in this damn karaoke. I know it's going to be horrible, but he really thinks somebody want to see that, girl. Is that what they were donating to, Jay Wilson? Were they donating and giving, sponsoring you singing their karaoke? He's at home right now, child, going over the Cash App at his house, seeing how much I got. Ooh, I got 50 that day. Ooh, somebody gave me 100 that day. Ooh, because every time we saw him, somebody was giving 50, 100. Some of that shit is not real. Some of the times that he's bragging about somebody giving him Cash App, they call that priming the pump, girl. Nobody just gave you $100, girl, right? But you can get on there and beg. Look, the money rolling in. Look at that money. It's very lucrative. The money rolling in. Take your mind off the money, Jay Wilson. Take your mind off the money and live your life, honey. When you go and you apply for a real career, something to apply, if you want to go to a college, I imagine if you got 9 and 10 degrees, girl, you should at least be able to get a job at a university. Although, I forgot, they laid you off 4 years ago, right? Yourself to something, Jay Wilson, and stop worrying about how much money you're getting from it. It's payday. It's payday, everybody. Oh, it's payday, girl. Oh, there was I didn't take a lunch that day, sir. I didn't take a lunch. Say, if you get your minds off the pennies, girl. But see, he knows this is going to come to a close, right? He knows that boy has been living for 100 years. He knows that this is going to come to an end, right? So he's just trying to bilk you for all he can get from you. And then, even though they wouldn't show anybody on the boat, no verification at all, we saw that there were elderly people who he's been fleecing, who have made it. They want to see Jay Wilson, right? Some people take this YouTube stuff seriously, child, and they see them as some kind of minor celebrity. Although we are the farthest thing from a damn celebrity. But like I said, like with the pimp, they just take advantage of whoever they take advantage of. That's what he's doing. That's what he's been doing. I thought that was heartbreaking because the people were so excited. They had all the T-shirts on, ugly ass T-shirts, girl. They even had it around a little scooter and all this kind of stuff. And he ain't spent no time with them people. Photo shoot. Look at us. You having fun? We having fun. We having fun. A person who is constantly telling you they're having fun, they're not having fun. Okay, I should have went to the juice occasion. Dog liquor, what you gonna do? Dog liquor. They had some good liquor on there, apparently. Miss Wilson is the kind he'd be hiding in his room drinking. I don't know what the big deal is. If you're not an alcoholic, you ain't got no drinking problem. Why can't you have a drink with your friends, girl? Talking about all the shit you don't do. You don't gamble. You can't take $50 down there and just be with the group. You don't do nothing except collect people's money and tell them how pitiful they are. Oh, you're getting government assistance. Oh, you getting a government assistance, nigga. Girl, I'd rather get government assistance, Miss Thing, that is due to me by living this long, nigga, than be out here begging people for their money and scamming them and taking advantage of elderly people. Pig. I bet it broke his little heart, girl, when he realized that the church wasn't going for that bullshit. They were used to dealing with shysters, right? They knew what time it was, girl, and it never worked. First of all, you couldn't preach. Now we see we're exposed again, Jay Wilson, to another career where you will never make it. You will never be an event planner. Never, right? You're too focused in on the nickels and dimes and instead of the work. You've never learned how to do the work, and the people will come. If people go and have a fabulous cruise, there are people on that dock that come and have a cruise every year, every other year. They bring the whole damn family. Why? Because the cruise line does the best they can to make it an enjoyable adventure, right? They're not on there fundraising the whole damn time and trying to figure out how they can fudge the goddamn checks, girl, and get more money out of you. The money will come. Oh my God, Wolverine paid on his hotel room too? Lord have mercy. What's going on with this boy and him and Rip Wolverine? Now, we know Wolverine is a generous person. Is he married to a doctor or something? I forget his history. Somebody steered him away from me. He used to come over here and give me $25, $30. But it, somehow or other is dried up, right? Not a big deal. I want people to come here who want to be here, honey. But he has been sponsoring this Jay Wilson character for a long time now. Is he trying to make love with Jay Wilson? I hope he ain't that ill. They always say he got a husband. He got a husband. Yeah, Jay Wilson. He got a husband. He got a husband. So why were you on Grindr then? You got a husband too, right? Boo's calling. Boo called. He want a picture of the boat. He want a picture. Nigga, he supposed to be madly in love with you, nigga. He don't want to be. He supposed to be up here in the boat with you, girl. He supposed to be your security, guarding your honor, Mister A. Oh, you talking about somebody don't want to be doxxed? Hell, who do we see on the boat? We ain't see nobody but your big ass. Your ass is in the camera the whole damn time. Now, why in the fuck you gonna be on a boat on an excursion going out of the country, girl? And then we got and then all we see is your face, exactly like you're seeing it right now. That's what we see the whole trip. It's dumb. Don't show us nothing. You ain't show nothing. What was the whole point? Oh, I'm gonna get that money. This check's gonna be good. Oh, this was record breaking. I thought last month was record breaking, girl. And all the ones before that, they were record breaking too, right? Liar, pants on fire. Hey, God before everything. Cybersecurity. Well, Jay Wilson had security posted up right outside the window. Now, I don't know if the police station was there or next door to there, but that was a very secure spot. And it was opened by glass, right? Nothing was going to happen to him when he was in his library, right? But I think it's kind of, aren't you entitled? If you got 3,000 people on the ship, how do you get to take over the library and hold court in the library, girl, so you can feel safe? Oh, the Wi-Fi is good here. The Wi-Fi. Well, girl, it seems to me that the Wi-Fi was good all over the boat. I didn't see any problem with anybody little glitches, girl. They were all over the goddamn thing, drinking, partying, dancing, watching, the judging. What was it? The 60 Men challenge or some shit like that. Everybody but you, because you got to get back in that cabin and get them coins. It's almost the first of the month. Oh, it's the 30th. It's the 30th. Oh, I got to do the push. This is the push. Oh, this is the greatest month ever. Girl, just obsession. I'm going to put it in my hail. Dumbass. Oh, I'm way behind, honey. Who goes on a cruise and sits in the library? I don't know, Erica. He could have done that in San Antonio, but he wouldn't have got their money when he went to San Antonio. He only come out the house to get their money, child. Lord have mercy. Happy Monday, everyone. Oh, look how far I'm behind. Primo said that. Let me go. Oh my God. I'm sorry I neglected y'all. Y'all got rid of Rolando. Rolando was posting his ass off money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are you calling me? A big head motherfucker or something? Thank you, moderators. Soul Sister Number One show. Hi, everybody. So we don't know to what degree people have already got burned out on this bullshit. But Jay Wilson, you are the biggest loser. You're going to we're going to be talking about your ass. Every time you bring up this goddamn stupid ass boat ride, this 3-day boat ride, girl, we're going to bring up Sean Bradley. How's that, girl? You ought to thank him. At least somebody looked in there because you are one boring nigga. I mean, goddamn, your whole conversation is you having a good time. People, I got to go take my baby out. He was cruising on CC channel today. He was cruising on CC channel. He tried to throw in a couple of cuss words at that woman. Throw in a couple of cuss words. It's too late, nigga. You ain't got no swag at all. You don't fit nowhere. You're socially awkward, Jay Wilson. Anytime somebody sit up at a table with all them people with that big ass goddamn hat, religious hat on, child, that ain't got nothing to do with Christianity, girl. It's got always do with being an Amish. Some shit you done picked up at the swap meet, girl. And you are that dumb or that dense, Miss Thing, that you don't even recognize that doesn't look normal. People, please let me go and take care of this child. Y'all have a wonderful, what's today? Monday? Here we go again. A wonderful week. We'll talk to you later.